Hello there, Dino back with another video. I'm bringing this video to attention because I've been asked a question. It's about Paul Hurst's future as Grimsby Town manager and the situation that's going on at Grimsby. I'm going to be point blank. I'm not in the Paul Hurst out camp, and I don't believe Paul Hurst will be fired this season. I know a lot of fans won't probably agree with that, and they want him out, and they believe that he should be gone. I don't believe it's that drastic, actually, but I know there are the rumbling ones that want to be. Here's the reasons why I don't believe Paul will be sacked. The first reason is this. We are 2 weeks away from the transfer window opening. In 2 weeks' time, Paul Hurst can make league signings. He can only actually make, apart from our level, he can only make free agent signings as of the minute. So let's take that into account. In 2 weeks' time, he can sign some more players. He can sign that elusive striker that he's looking for. He can't sign one yet, really. Not that's probably what he's looking at. That's one thing that's going to save him. The other thing is, do you really want us to be in the same position that we were in when Michael Jolly was let go and when Ollie left last season? The last 2 Decembers, we've hired managers. One was on New Year's Eve and one was on the 29th of December. Within that time, Grimsby Town and the manager that was hired, Ian Holloway, and Paul Hurst, had days to assess the squad. And they had to play with the same squad they had until they could get reinforcements in. The earliest, I believe, Paul Hurst would be under major threat is March. You've got to give him the January transfer window. You have to give him the January transfer window and then assess him from there. I know a lot of fans aren't going to like that, but that is true. You've got to give him the January window, see what he does, and then assess him after that. Simple as that. You know, there's no other way you can really look at it. Or the only other way that could maybe push the board's opinion is you've got to sack him in the next 48 hours if you're going to. But you can only do that if you've got somebody lined up. Again, because of the January window, because of everything else. It's not as easy as just to turn around and go, we don't want the manager anymore. It doesn't work that way. Because you are then going to get a lot of people are going to be saying, you know, their names are going to be thrown about who's available, who could Grimsby get. Look, we've got the money, you know, Grimsby going to get here, there and everywhere. It doesn't work like that. I say that if Paul Hurst isn't gone by tomorrow, he won't be gone for the remainder of the season. Or like I've just said, till at least March. Because then you need the January signings chance to bed in. Unless, as well, another thing that could pull the trigger is if they lose heavily. If they lose to Bournemouth about 4-5-0 next week, then you could probably see the trigger being pulled. They're the only two ways. Paul will not be sacked from Grimsby Town Football Club. Paul Hurst will not be sacked. To any fan that wants him to be, I'm sorry, I don't think he will be. I personally don't want him to be. I think he deserves to the end of the season, and then if it comes to the point where he doesn't want to re-sign or the board want to go in a different direction, it'd be a lot more clearer. The fact is, I don't believe Paul Hurst will get sacked as Grimsby Town manager unless either we get absolutely battered in the next couple of games or the board have got somebody already lined up. Because of the January transfer window, you don't want the same mess that we've had the last 2 years. We don't want to be hiring people right on New Year, because the manager would not have chance to assess the squad that he's got. He's got to work with until he can get the players through. So my opinion is, no, I don't want Paul Hurst to go, but also it wouldn't be a practical time to let Paul Hurst go. Or any manager at this point, at any level, to go. It just would not make any practical sense. I know that may piss some fans off, because there is some fans that are in the Hurst out side. And if you disagree with me, tell me why you think I'm wrong. Do you really want to go into a situation where, let's say we let Hurst go, and there's nobody lined up to come in? You know, we're then waiting maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks to get somebody in, which means you're going into January, which means you don't know what signings can be made, what signings can't be made. So I don't want Paul Hurst to go. My opinion is there's 2 ways that could push him out. One is a battering against Bournemouth, and I mean where we literally don't even turn up, and we lose 4-5-0, like we did against Tranmere under Ollie, or the club have already got somebody lined up to take the job. That's the only way it's going to happen. And some of our fans may like that, some of our fans may not. I believe Paul deserves till the end of the season. But I think the earliest opportunity, if it's going to happen at all, will be March. And that is my opinion. You guys give me yours.